Okay, so in my previous tutorial video, there were a couple things that I missed, and I felt they were pretty important, so I want to make an updated video for whoever might see this in the future. Um, I am prone to yap. Let's not yap. Let's get to it. First things first, this build doesn't necessarily start in the northeast corner, but that's, I believe, where one of the last parts are. But the pack, we'll start with the pack, which goes in the northeast corner. Also, I built this thing with a kind of north-facing south orientation, so that's kind of why a lot of things look the way they look. Water starts in the south, that's kind of where I want to go with. Now, when it comes to placing the pack, that's the first thing you want to do because it can get in the way of everything else, and it's a pretty large structure, but as a 9x9, so just go ahead and place this first. I think it's 9x9. How you do this is you want to just kind of go to the corner and start from the top. You can use a planting unit to do this. If it's 5 blocks, it's really easy to use, so you'll have 5, another 5, the 1 block in between for 11, then your pack. For getting it on the left side, from the left side here, even though I just said I'm operating from north or south, but whatever. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks, plus another 5 for 12, plus 3, and that is 15 blocks in, right? So 5, 7, 12, 15, that should be where you are. 15 in from the left, 11 in from the right, or from the top of the map. I say top if you're in this view with me. That's what I'm hoping you would do, is orient yourself as I did. So that's the first thing. Second thing that you want to make sure you have set up is you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2 in the back. 9 water pumps total. I accidentally had an extra water pump here that you don't need. So 7 water pumps total for yourself. You can probably share another facility with this, but that pump, but that's a different thing. But that's weird. Don't worry about that. So with the blueprint order, part 1 actually starts down here. Your buses have to go up first, especially the bus with the, I keep calling it the die, but the little bus depot square one. So that's where we start down here. So this will be in the, sorry, this will be in down here in the southwest corner. All of them are labeled by what corner they're in to kind of help you orient yourself as you're putting them down. And so I'm gonna orient myself on where they're supposed to go. So this gets dropped first. One thing you may want to do is not activate any of your depot loaders, your unloaders, because if you're like me and don't like too much clogging, these refining units having 50 sitting in them will just automatically, they won't start automatically clogging, but it's kind of annoying. The depot loaders are not, I don't believe they're set per the blueprint anyway, but I'm actually not sure about that. I don't know if the blueprint kind of picks up. It does pick that up. So if you do not want them operating, what you can do is just move one of these, like remove this, right? And also if you're in here and you want to remove one of the belts under a pipe, you hit this up here in the top left called simple view. Now you can get to there. And instead of, if you don't want to click the whole thing, just sorry, just drag and hit like F to stash it, right? So that's how you can do that. On these longer ones like this, I actually saw somebody else do this. You can highlight all of these, move them, and move them over 1 block so they're not active, right? And then when you're ready to get started, you can just move them up 1 block. But this only works for these ones like this one, or this pair, this set. Planters, don't worry about it. They don't automatically start, so you're good. And like up here, these ones are a little jankier, but just remove like 1 block, and you'll be good to go. So that's part 1 and a little extra. Part 2A, now I had to call it 2A and 2B because I couldn't fit everything in the blueprint, and I'm not very experienced with this. So I wasn't sure like what the actual limit was and what I could and could not drag and drop, but that's fine. So 2A comes in next because it has the second little depot die thing to get the whole process started. All your pipes are good when it comes to inside the AIC, but please take note that stuff outside of the AIC is not included in the blueprint. You cannot put them down. That's why they're outside. That's why I have the Inca. Please refer to it for where this stuff could go. Additionally, you do not have to put them in the order I have them in. You can put them kind of wherever you want as long as you can reach them. If you do decide to move these conduits somewhere else, the pipes might get longer, especially if you're working with these conduits. If that case happens, you can just use a pipe control port to extend your pipes another 80 meters. Okay, so just use that if you have to. It doesn't really matter where it's placed. It can go over depot buses, whereas pipe bridges, splitters, and convergers cannot go over pipe buses. So, or depot buses, I'm sorry. So that was something kind of cool I learned while doing this. So that's the second thing. So 2A gets placed down here at the bottom. It's pretty easy. Once you have this lined up, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back to number 1. I meant to do this. I did this in the last one. I forgot. Use the bottom right planter to orient yourself. You see how it's against the wall on both corners, on both sides. So that's very easy to like look at it and say, bam, got it, right? Plant. And everything else starts to fall in place. So 2A then lines up with the similar thing. The depot loader is down in this corner, but you should be looking for the bottom side to line up with the depot loader, or I'm sorry, the depot buses at the bottom, and then you line up the depot unloaders on the right side, right? It is right above this block, right? So the depot loader goes right above it. That's how you can kind of orient. With part 2B, this one, you use these you use these 2 belts right here to orient yourself. So this was the split I used. So the 2B starts with this belt. So you come in and you place this belt right on top. Bam, there you go, right? It'll line up perfectly next to this other belt, and you should be able to put it down with no problem. Next is part 3. Part 3 is where all the water and the fluids happen, the wet works. Even though we're not killing people yet. We're not killing people. This is another easy place. Line up the waste management down here at the bottom with the already depot loaders that are set up. And you all now have pipes that are also set up for you to use to orient yourself. But just go ahead and put that down right there. There's nothing else that happens here for a bit. We'll come back to it though. Actually, no, we will deal with part 3. No, we'll get all this stuff down, then we'll come back. That's what we'll do. Part 4 is the planter section. Now you have these long pipes, okay? But part 4 is for because you don't have depots to put down. Depot stuff you need to put down. This you can align around the pack. You now have the water ring. There we go. I'm sorry. You now have the water ring. You can orient yourself with it. Put the ring down. You also have the top left corner up there. You have the planter as well as, I'm sorry, the seed picker in the top left, as well as the planter right below it to orient yourself on the edges of the map. So please do that. Part 5A, this is another, I had too much and I wasn't sure how to properly place it, but I went with being more convenient for hopefully you in terms of orienting yourself. So again, we have depot loaders, or I'm sorry, depot buses and pipes you can use to help with where does this go. Especially in the bottom right, you also have the belt coming that is bringing in sandleaf powder. And its loader, which I think actually might be an overlap. Did I do that wrong? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. You may not be able to place this. Oh, no. I might have to fix that, actually. I didn't realize I did that. I'm sorry. I think one person has already put this together, and he probably ran into that. Ah! Wait, am I good? I think I'm good. Hold on. We might be good. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done this in the tutorial video, but it's okay. Nope, I have to overlap. You're going to end up with an overlap of this depot unloader. So if you're watching this before I fixed it, just delete this unloader. Just press X or whatever your whatever button you have here for bulk action and just kind of delete this. I am so sorry. I thought I caught all this, but I didn't. So that's going to be for 5A. This is also very weird because I have like half of it. Weird. Anyway, put that down. I'll probably update the blueprint actually right after this, but for now I'll just do this. And lastly is the forges. The forges are easy to place in. You have pipes not really in anywhere actually, now that I think about it, but they align with the belts coming out. So just place those down and you're good to go. Alright. Other things I wanted to address that I did not get in the other video. So I talked about the depot unloaders. You can delete those, move those in. Discipline towers, I put that there earlier. Certain outputs need to be selected. I totally forgot to put these in. Here in the reactor crucibles, you have certain outputs and they can be done by rows. So in here, you want to set this reactor crucible. These 4 reactor crucibles work together, but the top, these 2 on the right hand side are doing a little extra. So first, please set your orange pipe to liquid zeronite. Set your clean water, or your yellow pipe to clean water, and set its output to zeronite. Okay, so make sure you do those 3. That is for this one in the top right, and this one in the bottom right. Those 2 have that. The top left gets a zeronite output. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a little more complicated than that. Because I forget these things are... I'm doing a lot of pass-through here, so there's a lot going on. This top right one has liquid zeronite set, zeronite out set, and then clean water set. Clean water on yellow. This bottom one has liquid zeronite set for out, and then another liquid zeronite set. Dun dun. This is how you can actually prevent the bottleneck, or from your liquid not being able to push out enough into the pipes. So make sure you set this one to double liquid zeronite out. This one up here gets just liquid zero, top left one gets just zeronite out in orange pipe, clean water out in yellow pipe. You can see the color of the pipe right here, this little band. That's a yellow one, that's the orange one. And in game, sometimes they don't show, you gotta jiggle them to make it show. You can see the orange pipe and the yellow pipe, okay? That's just in the future if you ever need to know that. This bottom left one also gets double zeronite. Okay, so this gets zeronite out in orange, zeronite out in yellow. Make sure you please make sure you set those. This row of 4, I believe they're all set the same. They will have, just pay attention here because the colors are a little bit weird. The yellow pipe, I'm sorry, the orange pipe, the top one will be inert zircon effluent. Okay, the inert one. The bottom pipe will be the zircon effluent, this like chromatic green one. And I believe that's how it is for all 4 of these. Yes, that is correct. All 4 of these are set the same. Yes. Now for the last two, you set a sewage in orange. Sewage is orange. Make sure you set the output on the belt as zircon. Same for this one. Fluid orange is sewage, and zircon is on the belt. When it comes to the planting, having the planters get kick-started, you have 3 seed planters for the sand leaf setups, so 6 total, and then you have 2 planters for, or seed pickers for the Yazhen, 2 on each side, so 4. Put a stack of the plants in here, in your seed pickers. So the seed picker here gets a stack of 50 sand leaf, this one gets a stack of 50 sand leaf. So top left, 1 below it, 1 to the right of it. This one will have it at the bottom, above it, and then kind of corner to it right here. Your Yazhen will be the same. They're just right next to each other. Put your Yazhen, I'm sorry, your Yazhen seed pickers, yes. Put your your Yazhen, stack of Yazhen in each. They will probably start up immediately, but that's kind of okay because they're going into the pack, so it's all right. Before you get everything going, you have to make sure you set your pipes outside of the AIC. So just take a look here where the pipes are because they're not part of the blueprints. They're pretty intuitive to see where they go. You also need to set up your conduits here. I have these set here. You do not have to have them. I considered moving them into the here for the blueprint, but no, I like the straight line. I think it looks really good. So, but you can move them wherever you want out here. You can move them into the pack, put them wherever you want. If you want longer lines, you can put them here and then run them up however order you want. But this is how I have it. If you want to set it up, do that. Make sure you set your conduit outputs as well. Or link your conduits to whatever you have. I'm sorry, the input. I'm thinking of Inca, the simulator I use. You have to set the output, but you do not have to do that for here. They will just take on whatever they have. If you get confused of what conduit is where, you have the ability to hit view map. I actually was wondering, like, why do I need to see this when this first was introduced? But it will tell you where the pipe outlet is. It's a little janky because for some reason it also doesn't show you where it's at with the core AIC in the way. But what you can do is if you hit the view map and you're like, oh, which one is that? You can just track it, come out of the overhead, and you can see it on the map right there. It says 50 meters. You can kind of run up and get to it like that. And you can kind of figure out which outlet is going where if you ever get that mixed up. I believe that's it. I believe that's everything. If you want to do something kind of cool, I'll show you this real quick. This is like a little ending. I was messing around with this, and I thought this was pretty cool. Of a, like, I use controller and keyboard, so some stuff I'm not familiar with the controller as easily. But you can put a pylon like back here, and you can bring a zip line over here. And you can kind of put a zip line on the other end of this. And you kind of like surf on these pipes, and it reminds me of Turtles in Time, of like sewer surfing. But I thought about doing like, it'd be cool if I could do something that has different zip lines to ride through the different pipes. But anyway, that's a tutorial with your conduits as well. And your pipes. I like this little setup more. I'm fairly certain that if you do not do this setup and you put the conduits right outside and you leave this 2 spaces only between the pumps, that you can probably fit another one. I don't care. I wanted to use the space, and I think that is hilarious back there that I have that one really far away. And in my previous build, that was the one I had to go to the most to connect to something on the complete other side of the base, and I was like, oh my god, I'm dying off of this. So you can see, as I told you, I'm prone to yap. I'm ending the video here. Thank you for using my build. It's really cool. I hope I see you in 1.2 when I will probably do another build, and it may or may not take me another week. Ah, no, wait, I'm sorry. There's one more thing I want to show you. Okay, so if you're using this build, I don't know how much power you have, but you should have somewhere around like 3,000 and something power. Actually, because like of the zip lines, they use power and all that. I don't remember how much they use. I think mine is like 500 or something. But you can use DIGE to regulate your power. So with this build, oh, I know there's something I was missing. Hold on. Nope. Let's do it first. Let's do it first. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come back to our Wuling pack. Also, I put that zip line here because I was tired of like walking around. I wanted to like be able to walk easily, but it didn't work out. So one more thing to do. One more thing. I'm so sorry. Set your pack output here. This one needs to be set to sand leaf. I think you can see that. I don't think it automatically sets because it's the pack. That wasn't what I came here for. Oh my god, how did I forget? Ah, yes, here. This is dense originium. Okay, dense originium powder is coming out and going in to the depot loader. Make sure you set your pack. Your regional transfer. You come in here, you click on Valley 4. You should have meta storage by now. I think if you're going to set up this build, you need level 12 anyway. Your meta storage is in. This means it does not pull from your reserves. It's just making the product out of thin air. Ain't that cool? So make sure you set your dense iridium. I don't think you actually need 1500. I'm getting excess. So there's the ability to actually pull in more somewhere else. I have no idea yet. I haven't done the math. I didn't do the original math. I just copied the idea from someone else. But there is a room to use something else there, and I'm not sure what, but we can look at that later. With that said, also you want to bring over just like a handful of... You can honestly bring over 50 HC Valley batteries, and you can just stick them in your depot. The build actually produces like one HC Valley battery every 40 seconds, so it actually never runs out. I've had this number... a lot actually. So with that said, when it comes to power, I'm sorry, this is actually what I put it down here in my outpost because there's like nothing in here. I do have a Cuprium components build. I don't know how to set this up to be with other stuff. If I ever need it, I can turn off a Forge of the Sky, or probably the Crucible Reactor or something, one of them, and let this run. I think I would have to set down the whole operation, but I let this run for like a week or two before I did a build, so I have like a bunch of gearing units stored up. When it comes to power, you can have a thermal bank just running the HC Valley batteries now. It will pull from your reserves for a while until it hits 50, so you might want to do 2 stacks perhaps, and then it will just be self-sustaining. So if you want a loader, a load balancing, oh my god, it's not load balancing, whatever the heck it's called, it's not PWM, but this is like an oscillating battery setup where it does not just burn one Wuling battery every 40 seconds. I actually don't know the timing on this, and I mess with it trying to see if I can get it in line, but this is the cheapest you can get before you go to 0 power. These are all pipe splitters down the middle here, pipe convergers on the side. So take note that these are all pointing vertical. So this is what look, you have this setup right here. This is the setup you put 1, 2, 3, 4. Convergers in the middle are transporting. So 1, 2. You can obviously do one row and then copy and paste, but like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this ones on the side are pointing down into the loader. So set your depot unloader to a Wuling battery, put a unloader to a Wuling battery, and then your loaders on the side, and set this up, and it will run every so often to put power in. That is how you can end up with one HC Valley battery per minute being used. It oscillates between 1 and 2. You see, it actually just changed on Wuling batteries, so you end up saving a lot more batteries. It's very nice. So now that is the edit tutorial video. It's a little bit longer, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how long, but it's a bit more in depth, and I wanted to make sure I did that. So there you go. Thanks for using the build. Outro number 2.